Foreclosure is the process of getting people out of their home. Our process is how to keep people in their home. Our system allows the foreclosure client to sell the home just as the courts asked. It allows them to succeed at what the courts asked them to do. They asked them to sell the home. And at the same time, we've figured out a solution here on how you can stay in the home via a buyback or a rental agreement. Now, foreclosure client, what is the situation right now? Okay, first things first, it is your home. The bank just placed a mortgage against it. They just placed an encumbrance against title. You have rights. It is your home, okay? So that's what we're here to do today, is to inform you of those rights. Now, here is a light at the end of the tunnel, guys, okay? Because the wrong entity might be foreclosing on you. And when we say might, I'm going to say 90% of them that have been brought to us, we've been able to prove that it's actually the wrong entity foreclosing on the person because the individual sold the note. Okay, so here's a light at the end of the tunnel. Now, we're going to bring up some problems over the next probably 20 slides or so, not even. But here's the situation now, okay? And every problem we bring up, we are going to have a solution for, okay? We will not bring up a problem unless we have a solution. Okay, so here we go. This is kind of what the situation is now. There's, water getting in the ship and it's sinking. You need someone to get in and start helping you bail water. So let's see if we can throw you a rope here, okay? Now, the foreclosure client lawyer, this is a lawyer. If you went to a lawyer right now with this problem, he'll only be able to stand on the shores, and really he'll just be saying, throw me a retainer. And once you throw him a retainer, all he can really do is instruct you how to drown. Okay, another way to put it is that he will escort you to the firing squad. Well, thanks a lot. The lawyer that would come and help the foreclosure client in foreclosure, the individual in foreclosure, he does not have anything to offer the situation. 1998 to 2007, the market exploded. Okay, so we're bringing up how is it that somebody could have been upside down in these days? Okay, so in Calgary, Alberta, we're doing the local market right now. 1998 to 2007, the market exploded. 2008 came along and it dropped fast. Okay, and actually it went for 2 years dropping fast. But here we are in Calgary, Alberta. Now, this left many homeowners with mortgages that were more than the present market value of their home, okay? Now, the term is upside down. It definitely causes stress and, it can get very frustrating. And here's the situation. Your mortgage back in 2000, let's say 5, when it was written, the house was worth, like, let's say 250, and now, in Calgary, Alberta, it's more like 450. Back in 2005, and then all of a sudden, now in the present, the market value is a lot lower, in some cases dropping from 450 to like 325, okay? Let's be very clear, now keep in mind we're bringing up problems, we have solutions, that CMHC has every plan to hunt you down through the bank system, right, or through the collection agencies. And this is for the shortfall, and this is really what it creates, and it's just not fair, okay? But we have a solution for this. Now, here is another little problem we need to talk about, your title and how it looks right now. What we have is the homeowner, who's the owner in default, and that's the owner, and he also has signed the mortgage that's in foreclosure. So, we like to put it in terms of X equals X on title. And that is a pure recipe for the foreclosure lawyer and the judge, and here's the foreclosure client. This is the situation where the judge and the bank lawyer will steamroll the homeowner every time. If your title looks like this, that you're the owner and you also signed the mortgage, this is a big problem. We're going to show you how to fix it, okay? The big problem is that it just allows the foreclosure process to continue as a steamroller, okay? How can we help you now? We brought up some problems. Now here are the solutions, okay? Now, how can we help? Well, first things first is you want to stay in the home. So why don't you just buy back the home if you can? We'll show you how. We got some really neat programs. Or rent it back, okay? And that's easy enough to do. In general, this is a conversation that leads to the solution you're in, the problem that you're in, okay? Now, this is you, the foreclosure client. Really, the conversation we would have is this. You would say to me, hi, I want to stay in my home. Can you buy my home and sell it back to me or rent it back to me? Now, I would say, or we would say, we will do that under certain conditions. Now, the foreclosure client, you would say, well, what are the conditions? And one main one you really should understand as of right now is if you miss a payment, you must leave in 15 days. Okay, that's even if you are a renter or a offer buying back the home. Okay, so how do we meet these objectives via contract? Now, guys, let me take a look at this one here. These ones here you're going to see we're bringing in an investor to help with money and that sort of thing. Okay, so he's coming in and lending money, so there's no doubt about it that that investor is going to say that you'd have to miss it if you did miss a payment. You have to leave in 15 days. But if you think about it, why would you need to miss a payment? If you got back on your feet, the payments are lower than what you had, and that sort. Okay. How do we meet these objectives via contract? So we're going to meet that conversations. This whole conversation is our objective. And how do we do that? Well, we have two contracts. One is that we are buying the home from you. The second contract is that we sell the home right back to you. This is if you want to do a buyback, okay? Now, of course, this contract would just be a rental back if you wanted to. Just rent it back, okay? So this is how you'd actually meet this objective. The first contract we buy back, the second contract we sell back to you. We'll actually let you sign this one first before you sign this one. Now, specific conditions for the first contract, we will be requesting the original note, okay? So the original mortgage note, we're going to talk about that later. We will pay the agreed equity to you. So if you have $20,000 in your home, of course, we're going to do our homework, and if that is really what it is, we will show you how to get it out. In many cases these days, I mean, it's very obvious the home is upside down, and if you have nothing in the home, you'd just be looking for somebody to take over title and go and pay out the mortgage. The seller will transfer the title into the buyer's name. So this is all in the first contract. You are selling your home. Title has to come out of your name because when you go to the courts, this is what they look at, title, okay? Now, this creates law for all third-party financiers. So we've now asked conditions within a contract because commerce law is based on contract law. So we, through that contract together, you being the seller, us being the buyer, we've created third-party financiers, the bank and this sort, credit unions, contract law. Now, on our second contract, you buying it back, so this is you buying it back. The first contract we discussed was you being the seller. Now you're buying it back right away. And this is what this one says. It says that you have early occupancy as of today, so you never do have to move out of your home with these two contracts. The closing date is 2 years from today. So you have 2 years not to miss a payment, and then you would basically, the offer to purchase you have would now be executed because the closing date on this contract is 2 years from now. If you miss a payment, you would have to leave in 15 days. Now keep in mind, this is your last kind of chance here, hurrah, and the investor has set up some really, really, really good obtainable goals. So really fair rent or really fair mortgage payments and these type of things, okay? So this is the second contract where you're buying it back. You have early occupancy as of today, so you're not moving out, and the closing date is 2 years from today. And that is if you succeed at everything we asked you to do, you will be executing your offer to purchase to buy the home back.